Hi, and welcome to another 50 and fabulous video. Earlier this month, I would have celebrated my wedding anniversary. It would have been 23 years of marriage, actually. It's been a really busy month, a hectic month, a very difficult month in many respects. So the day passed, unnoticed. In fact, a few days later, my eldest son sent me a WhatsApp message saying, "Mom, we forgot to celebrate your wedding anniversary. And I just said to him, "It's okay, son, we didn't really need to celebrate anything." But certainly it's a time that makes you reflect and think back on the years and the decisions that would have been made. And in fact, earlier today, Amber was playing a song by Elvis Presley. And in it, he was also saying, I would prefer to live with your lies than to live without you. And I told her that pretty much expressed how I felt about her dad. It was not easy living with Earl, but I really had genuinely loved him. And therefore, I preferred to live with him with all the faults than to have lived without him. So it just so happened as well, this month being carnival and all that, Earl's sister and her husband were here for the carnival season, and Earl was playing back the video of when I had spoken at Earl's funeral. And so that too, had me thinking back to that moment when I had to say my final goodbye, and remembering that, I felt compelled to share joy and to share a celebration for life well lived than to be really caught up in grief and suffering. And I still feel that way today, that Earl lived a really full life, and I was happy that we had had our marriage, but it had been really challenging because there were a number of issues which I had to contend with. Probably most important of which was the fact that there were many times I felt like a single parent in the relationship. There were times when he would simply not be interested in doing anything for the children. In fact, I recall there were moments when I did have regret that in the last year of his life, he had wanted to go to the movies with me, and I did attempt to make arrangements a few times, but each time the children would say, "Mommy, we want to come along too," and I'd be like, "Of course, it's a family." And he will change his mind at the last minute and say, if the kids are coming, then he's not going. That was just how he was. So along with that would have been challenges like the fact that he was unfaithful in the marriage. That had its own difficulties, and one day I'm going to do a video about that in terms of how I coped with it, But I think one of the things that really made it difficult was that I really had to cope as though I was mother and father, provider, looking after the children. So that made it difficult. But the truth is, when you really love someone, you do make allowances, and having him made me happier than, I guess, not having him. Because I have felt his absence quite a bit in this last year. So, just sharing those thoughts that, we don't always find a perfect mate. And I am thankful for what I had. So my love, wherever you are, happy wedding anniversary.